please. So,
but we're here.
and it's going to be here. I will turn this over as animal control meeting kind of brings up, and our wonderful administrator coming in from Pennsville. Thank you. Ed, you want to take it from here? Corey?
I will. Thank you very much. As we did at our last public sort of meeting, we've done this now. This will be our third public meeting. As we start with sort of a recap of where we are. And I've asked Isabella, a member of the public, who is a member of our animal shelter. You can come up and talk. I guess maybe here in case people are watching. Correct.
Okay. All right. Hi, everybody. So I'm speaking to you guys, not them.
Can you say your name and address before?
I got you. Isabella Getz, 1 Jordan Ave, Carneys Point, New Jersey, Salem County. And I am part of the committee for the animal shelter situation that we're going through. So far, we've gotten, some good movement. We're waiting from the owner from Sears Farm in Carneys Point, which we do find to be a viable option for the most part. We looked at a few different shelter locations, and although they are still all kind of in play, it looks like the location in Carneys Point is going to be the best option for us at this point, just in regards to the least amount of updates needed. It does have a lot of space for the dogs available, which is great. We have a lot of runs that are just kennels for the dogs to be in, but also they're runs that have the guillotine doors, so the dogs are able to go in and out, which would really help a lot when dealing with needing more staffing and volunteers. Instead of having people need to come by all the time to walk the dog, they'd be able to get let out easier. And then there's also ample amount of space for open cat rooms, and then also space in the backyard for potentially any livestock needs. Yes, and what else?
No,
That's pretty much it.
So to recap, in our meetings, we've looked at a couple different possibilities. We've worked diligently, might not be the right word, to come up with temporary solutions,
yes.
Right? So we have that in place. I think we have a contract with the other AO's animal control shore, and we have Monmouth, and we have Rebecca, keep me honest, we have most of the townships that have signed the agreement so that we can act on their behalf to pay the bills sort of as animals are moved back and forth. So we do have, we've got, we addressed that first, and now we're looking for more permanent.
Yeah, more permanent solutions. But there is temporary solutions in place right now, and things are still moving. And I feel that I personally have seen less dogs on Facebook being posted about. So I would like to say that's kind of a win. But yeah, so that's that.
Isabel, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You didn't get to go, but I think Mickey, you got to go to.
Yeah, you guys went yesterday.
And we had asked, and we not that you would take any of their numbers because I sit with them, but Jerry was there too, and they you tell them why we were there. Yeah, to look at each other. That's right.
We were there for CCIS to give us an idea of what it would take to rehab the facility. Hopefully, well, for them to get an idea, and then they were going to go back and work on a ballpark figure.
And that was done by Jerry Velasquez, right? And he's done a lot of the other assessments in the county.
The bad news is that we all know what's going on in there, and there are obviously other people interested in the property. The good news is the owner did not seem to be enthralled with that whole thing. I think she would like to see it stay. And it has potential, needs work.
Yeah, definitely needs work. But from when I was able to speak to her one-on-one, she definitely said, of course, money's going to be the option or the thing we'll have to talk about, but she definitely was clear that she really wants to see it become what she had planned before. She wants to keep it an animal shelter. She'd rather give it to have us work with the county than give it to somebody else, have somebody else sell it or buy it and then turn it into a warehouse or anything else.
I don't know, the numbers that are being kicked around out there, but it's kind of an odd parcel. And there are actually four
lots, yeah.
Total, like 1.92 acres, I think.
The total is 2 acres?
It was 1.91, yeah.
So one of them is like this, a narrow, long run, and then it goes off behind. So and it's wetland too. There's a lot of flow in there. So I don't know if the desire unless they were gonna have some other.
Right. Well, for that, I don't know if we would even need to be building on it, more so just using it to house like potentially livestock or those cat colonies, because there is the space outside where there's sheds for cats, so that we could have an outdoor cat colony situation, so we don't have to have the cats all, running around as much. Yes. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And then, Heather, I'm gonna ask you, since you can even spell guillotine doors or whatever, which I still think is a strange name for animals. But for animals, I think that's a terrible thing to put in the same word as a dog door. But you saw the facility from the standpoint of familiarity with other shelters. Any thoughts on?
You come up.
In case there's public. Yeah.
Come on, Christine, don't be shy.
And for the record, you just state your name and your address.
So Heather McManus, 90 North Broadway, Pennsville, New Jersey.
Heather is the administrator for Pennsville.
Right, Township Administrator. This is Christine Allen. She's our ACO, and we'll just give her Industrial Park Road for an address. Yep, animal control.
She successfully runs the animal shelter in Pennsville.
I would call her very successfully running the animal shelter in Pennsville, actually.
And there's consideration of Pennsville maybe running the county facility. So.
I won't go on the record for that, but we're always open. We're always open to discussions. So I think we found it structurally set up extremely well. Would you agree with that? I agree. And it had a number of runs that, as we're going by, we're like, wait, we can put a wall in between there and do this. Like it can make more runs. It's set up with the property itself is plenty big. It definitely is going to need money to put into it. And the very first thing is to clean it up in a fence. I mean, it absolutely needs the fences but once you get inside of it, the way that it's set up when we were making, like, that could be a washroom, and that could be a medical room, that could be weren't we?
Right,
An adoption area.
The floor plan was very nice.
Yes.
Aesthetics, we go over to the side.
Right. I mean, it can be cleaned up for sure, Doc.
With paint nothing wrong.
Yeah.
And
Well-
Jane Powell wants you.
Right.
Nick and I believe for another county issue. So you state, was there any talk with the governor and
Well,
Jerry Gillespie?
at that point, I'm going to throw the prosecutor under the bus.
Oh,
Because
sure. Why not?
she said that the owner stated that she was talking to the prosecutor in reference to the purchase price. So that conversation went on, and that those conversations would continue. But with Jerry and the owner, I think there was some discussion about the equipment that was inside, because some of those stainless steel enclosures, if you guys don't want them, we'll buy them off her, because we're looking at them right now, and there's thousands and thousands of dollars of stainless steel enclosures in there that are very good. Clearly ones. Do not let my mayor see this, please. I hope he's not looking.
Turn off the video, turn off the video.
Do you have it? Go ahead.
That's it. I mean, just a lot of upgrades needing to be done. All the fencing for the dog runs need to be, redone, roofing outside. Yeah. Concrete blocks in between where we can.
That's what we're trying to get from Jerry. I mean, throwing out round numbers of $1 million.
Easy.
The good news is the HVAC can now do
Yeah.
3 units.
We're good. Well, they don't hold up HVAC units don't hold up very well on animal shelters.
Not in that
Because of all
situation environment.
The electrical too.
Septic and water, so you can get
Yeah, the electrical looks fairly new and upgraded.
Yes, it was septic. So, not talking for all the commissioners, just discussion is the goal is to help all the municipalities, all 15 municipalities have a place to bring their animals.
Right.
That they would share in the cost of the operation. The county would either bond or pay for, and this is just big, please, pay for the acquisition and upgrades to get the facility to a point where it's a viable operation. And at that point, the municipality would take over the operation and the cost associated with it. Don, you're holding your head.
I'm sorry, that's for the joint work.
many,
Back to the issue.
We just have to find a solution, and this is one solution out of many possible ones that we haven't developed yet. So, we have, it's a municipal function that the county would like to help out.
so I think the next step, I'll move to the next steps at this point. I think unless are there other questions about the progress we've made as well as presentation of where we are to date and then some of the visit here to Sear Farm. Any questions either here? I know we're trying to use the microphones or people, I don't know if anybody's on Facebook or whatever.
No, it's a municipal issue, not a county issue.
Our goal is to put in place some place for animals to go. So maybe it borders on that, but I think, no, our job is to make this better for the county, to make the situation better. Okay, no questions. So that being said, yes, I'm sorry. Oh, come on up. Sure.
Along with all these facilities that you've been looking at, Maury, M-O-R-I, Kiger, K-I-G-E-R,
And you're
64, phone number at
from, no, just where you're from.
Mannington.
Yeah.
Has anybody considered, don't overreact here, building new? If you're going to put that kind of money into an already existing facility, does the county have a piece of property somewhere where you wouldn't have to buy it? You could use county property to build something like this. Start small, expand, make it so it's expandable. Years ago, there was a study done by Salem County. There was a grant for an animal shelter to be built. It was done by Maggie Maxwell Mode, and the record should be somewhere here in the county.
I think we've even shared that study and the Cumberland County study with the people that
Okay,
are looking at these.
good.
So yeah, we are aware of it,
But as far as cost of property and things like that, or places that you start to look at that you're going to need to put $26,000 just into a septic system. If you could have that property be county property, have it located somewhere conveniently, like to the jail, free labor, next right there with the VOTEC school. You've got kids there, they're doing the ag program. Animal science is part of their program. Make a semester there where they are, that's part of their grade to volunteer there, to do that at the animal shelter. There's a lot of things besides just buying a facility and throwing money into it where we could expand on that. There's a lot of people in this county who've wanted this for a very long time. The way that place got started over there, Sear Farm, it was a lady named Janice Berry, and over 30 years ago, she mortgaged her house to buy that place, to start a shelter. She was telling everyone then, we need a county shelter. And here we are, 30 years later. So I think if it was made, if the public was made aware of what you're trying to do finally, they would be so appreciative if you would consider more options, something like that.
We have considered construction. We just recently built a building out at the
but
Fair building.
Excuse me, you've built,
We are building, we just did a butter building. Of course, it's not heated and cooled. It doesn't have all the ramp with
Right.
the trim. So we are looking at that as an option
Mhm.
compared to what's going to take you to here. You mentioned the prison, and the sheriff has shared his wealth of inmates to do painting, do other things. Before COVID, when COVID hit, the prisoners are no longer, they're only there for a few weeks, maybe a month or so. So it's hard getting staff or a group of inmates that are vetted that can do the
they
work.
could do the work. Okay.
So they stopped that program, and if it can come back someday, now that we're getting more different kind of inmates, it can possibly work. We're looking at that.
Okay. Just to throw another idea out there. How about out near the landfill. If you did something even at the landfill, a building for that, you could use the same, like you ran lines for the glass blowing building. You could do the same thing for fuel for this building. There's a lot of things, if you just think outside the box, that could be done. And like I said, I really think Salem County would appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All good ideas, and we'll certainly consider options.
So back to next steps. I mean, if we tried to, the inspection of the site yesterday was to correspond to this meeting. Hopefully we would have some idea. We don't know what those costs are. I expect that anytime this week or next week to where we get an idea what it costs to, you know, what the improvement cost would be. Then I think our next step is to find the purchase price so that we have the number, the magic number that says this will get us to a completed shelter. I'm hoping to have that in 2 weeks, so maybe we do a 3-week out meeting for the short group. I also want to make people aware that at that point, if we all agree on it, it comes back to public, but it comes back to every municipality. It says this is a cost. I mean, if we pay for it with bond, essentially you're passing the cost back to the municipalities. So I want to make sure that there's consensus at that working group. Thank you all for your time, by the way, on that. And then we will, I don't want to finish the summer without having progress on this. So I'd like to have this in the next couple of weeks. I'm suggesting a meeting.
Well, if we go with a working group in between, and then the next commissioner meeting would be either July 9th or June 18th.
June 18th might be tight, so we'll have our meeting before that, and we'll be back here by July 9th. That's our next
The next public meeting for the animal control will be, but we'll hopefully have numbers and some sort of direction.
And we'll reach out to the owner and say, look, this is what we believe what it's going to cost us. This is what we can afford, and let's see what we can do. So I mean, I think this gets us off the square one for this possibility. We'll do the same thing we've done before. It's usually a Tuesday night.
Wednesday night at 5 o'clock on July 25th.
Oh, that's for here.
July 9th. Jeez.
But that's for here. But for the working group, what night do we usually do that? Tuesday night, and it's summer. Do we do it 6 o'clock? 6 o'clock work for people in the summertime? Okay. Is that Tuesday? Yeah. Is it as long as it's not planning work? Huh?
No, it's St. John Baptiste Day. I'll come back to the
24th. Nope, that would work. Okay, June 24th is what it is. Tentatively, we'll send out. We'll see it in the. Is that okay? 6 p.m. Just because let's see if the Ware building's available. Otherwise, we do it here. So same as before. The onus is on us to come back with the total cost, and maybe we reach out to the owner and say, look, this is what I think we can do. John, any comments?
I did want to take a second. I'm Don Acey, Mannington Township. I wanted to thank the commissioners. I actually was on the committee when we went to the Taj McKennel at some point. It became quite an elaborate, because there were so many people putting input in it. It was beautiful, and it just wasn't workable at that particular moment in time. Maybe it would be now, I don't know, but I doubt it. But I just wanted to thank the commissioners, and especially Cordy, for the effort and energy, and all the volunteers. I've sat through many meetings in my life.
All of you.
And the folks that have come to all these meetings, they've opened my eyes to any number of issues I hadn't thought of. We deal at one level, and then other people are talking about others. But that combination of the input from all those people, and I will say Commissioner Taylor has done an excellent job moving those meetings along and keeping everybody on track. And it's been productive, I think. Whether we get to a fruitful outcome, I think the numbers will be reflective of whether that comes, and how many municipalities decide that this is a problem that needs a solution at this moment in time. It seems that there's a dilemma whether they'll buy the solution or not, whether Mannington will buy it. I'm one vote.
Right,
So, you know,
right.
it's like everything else. You have to go back and sell what you believe is the best course of action at that moment in time, if you believe it's the best. But I just want to say thank you to the volunteers especially, and then to the commissioners for taking the time to put this on their agendas and keep it moving.
And-
Thank you.
And not self-serving, but Don's come to every meeting too. I appreciate that. Thank you.
We're good.
Anyone else? Prosecutor? Any comments?
She's waiting for numbers, as we all are.
Is she gonna pay for it?
Come-
You did bring up, she did bring up a good point that I'd like to look at, and that's Salem County Improvement Authority.
That property
Somebody
behind them.
built that huge building back there, it's going to be.
We'll ask. And certainly, but right now, we've got some invested in this. If this came to fruition, we might be.
Well, you're just gonna have to see what that number looks like. If it's prohibitive, then we have to be creative.
Yep.
And as Ms. Kiger said, think outside the box.
All right. If no other comments, again, echoing Don, thank you all for your time and effort on this. I really appreciate it. So we all appreciate it.
Thank you.
Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
A motion is second, all in favor, please raise your right hand. Cast your hand. Thank you, everyone.